How you doing?
Oh, did you hit the button?
I did. We're live right now, or we're not live, but we're recording right now.
Oh, because mine gives me. Oh, okay, I see it down there.
Old ass eyes. That's
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
So today is January 30th, 2024. Tomorrow's the 31st.
Tomorrow's the end of the month.
That means we begin February 1st on
Thursday. Yep.
All right. So I know for a lot of people, okay, last year, 2023, we talked a lot about game plans. Okay. Now, 2024, hopefully you already have game plans in place and are moving forward. 2024 is about the execution of those game plans. Of now the big push, if you guys haven't heard me say it, it's are you a participant or are you a spectator? Are you watching other things, other people, other fill in the blank? It's not you. That's why you're a spectator. You're watching other people and waiting for your time. Or are you a participant? You have a game plan. You've created it. You've written it out. Hopefully you've written it out. That is the bigger level of commitment when you write something down. And then there's even a larger commitment when you share it to the world or share it to a friend or share it to another individual. Each level is a different level of commitment each step of the way. Thinking about a game plan, writing down the game plan, sharing the game plan. Now the question is, are you a participant or are you a spectator? Are you just watching? Are you the person that's like, well, why can't you do X? And then you're going to basically give me verbal diarrhea of all the excuses why you can't. Or are you going to be a participant and come up with all the reasons why you can move forward? Even if it's little bits, you move forward on your game plan to actually put it into execution. I said, or are you a spectator? Spectators sit off on the sideline and come up with all the woulda, coulda, shouldas, what everybody else should have done and everything, but they're not pulling the trigger and moving forward. They're giving the verbal diarrhea, the Monday morning quarterback, the individual that's, well, I can't do this, fill in the blank. I got a boo-boo on my knee. I stubbed my big toe. Fill in the blank. Okay, and as long as those excuses exist, okay, and as long as you're a spectator, then it's going to be very difficult to move forward and get any kind of success. And I know right now I can already hear people going, but fill in the blank. Okay, I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at you right now. Are you an invalid? Are you so decrepit that literally you can't do anything? See, that's where you and I are looking at this differently. You're going, but Dave doesn't understand. Dave doesn't do this. I've got fill in the blank. And I'm telling you, what you have is other opportunities at your disposal. But you got to get off your wambulance. You got to get past, yes, you have limitations. I wake up every day in back pain. Every freaking day. I can either choose to be a spectator and just sit here and whine about it, or I can be a participant and I can find things that I can do around my limitations. Because I'm telling you, you are capable of more than your excuses will allow.
Yes.
I am capable of more than my excuses will allow. So we started off 2024. I set my goals. Melissa set her goals. Currently right now, I haven't been able to physically do everything that I would like, but I'm working towards it. Okay? Again, I can throw out my verbal diarrhea of my excuses, but every day I'm trying to get a little bit better to get towards those goals. But right now, I'm almost 25 pounds down.
I'm about 10, but
Okay? And that's through the things I can control. My diet. I get to control that. So stop the excuses. You are capable. Now go do it.
Now, for those of you that did set some goals at the first of the year, the honeymoon period's kind of wearing off now. So this is where it gets hard.
Well, the
About a
honeymoon
month
period.
in.
First, let's describe the honeymoon period,
Yeah.
because this is my favorite part about New Year's resolutions, exercise, relationships. Doesn't matter what it is. Everybody starts off with this gusto. Oh, F my old job. They suck. I've got this new job. And in a year, they're going to be complaining about the new job the same way they complained about the old job, because the newness has worn off. And then the real work has to begin.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the honeymoon phase, forgive my French, everybody blows smoke up your ass as to how amazing you are. Why? Because they're trying to draw you into that excitement, into that realm. Hey, we're doing this new thing. And the problem is in 6 months, they're going to be going, hey, but now that's the old thing. Now I'm on to the new thing. And they're just going to keep bouncing from thing to thing to thing, because as soon as the honeymoon phase is over, okay, like I said, here I am. I'm 25 pounds down. But guess what? That was the easy 25.
Yeah, now it gets hard.
Now it's going to get hard.
Now it's
Okay,
gonna get
because
hard.
the easy work,
Yeah.
the exciting work is over. So right now it's going to get down to the real work. When you're in a brand new relationship, everybody's going out of their way to cross their T's, dot their I's, brush my teeth. Oh, I don't want to have stinky breath when I go meet Melissa to pick her up. You're brushing your teeth more often than you normally would. Things of this nature. And then you get into that relationship and you're going, I can slack off now, because we're already in a relationship. The honeymoon phase is now over. And it's not just in New Year's resolutions, it's in all things. The brand new job. You just joined the gym. You go into the gym. Oh man, I'm gonna do all this stuff. And then the honeymoon phase comes to an end. The honeymoon phase, like especially in physical fitness and the like, and I've talked about this quite a bit, the honeymoon phase is when your knowledge of what you're about to do, the gains that you first get are mostly based on knowledge and information, not really necessarily the physical. And so you're doing all this stuff and it feels amazing because, look, I'm lifting 10 more pounds than I did the other day. I'm lifting 20 more pounds. I'm lifting 100 more pounds. Okay? It's exciting. It's new. And then when the honeymoon phase hits, the growth even of your information and your knowledge starts to taper off. Most people call it a plateau. Okay? That's the honeymoon phase. Honeymoon phase is coming to an end.
You see it with blue belts all the time. White belt is kind of your honeymoon phase, because the vast amount of knowledge that you're gaining is like, whew, you're going from nothing, not knowing anything about jiu-jitsu, to being pretty competent pretty fast.
When you first start a diet, the first amount of weight that you lose.
Yeah.
Okay? Woo, it's fast. And everything else. And then they go, I don't know, man. I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not losing weight like I used to. Congratulations. Honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah, now you gotta change it up.
Now is when the commitment and the discipline. Okay? And let's see, what's other words that we can use for commitment and dedication and discipline, and I don't know. In a relationship, we would call it loyalty. You have to be loyal to your purpose, dedicated to your purpose. See, certain words people don't like, but it all means pretty much the same thing. So again, it doesn't really matter the words you choose. The action has to reflect what your actual goals are and what your actual dedication to those goals. That's why I've always said, to me, I think loyalty and the like, I think these are actually verbs, because the reality is that without action, words like commitment, dedication, loyalty, and the like, they mean zero. So to me, those have to have an action that goes with it, because I think it's the action that defines it. So the honeymoon phase for most people is coming to an end. The low-hanging fruit is now over. So now the question is, for the month of February, what are you doing now? What are you doing to double down into your commitment, your loyalty to your actions, to your goals, to then move forward?
Right.
Because the honeymoon phase right now, for most people, like we said, is coming to an end.
So a good little exercise, y'all. Write down what you've done for the month of January to achieve the goals that you set. And then add a few items for February that you're going to add to those action steps that you took in January. Add at least 2 to 3 more action steps that are going to propel you forward towards your goal. And then you got to commit to it for February. And then we're going to do it again in March. Do it again in April, et cetera, et cetera.
And again, the hard part's going to be is because everybody is just remembering what was the excitement during the honeymoon phase. I mean, it was exciting. But then the problem is that becomes the expectation that excitement needs to be there all the time. So unfortunately, for a lot of people, this is when the quitters start to quit because that excitement is no longer there. Now, again, I'm looking at you. I'm looking. Okay, and hear my words and listen well. Quitters never quit alone.
It's true.
They never quit alone.
Be very cautious about the people that you let into your circle. If you let quitters in your circle, you're more likely to follow suit.
What they're going to do, and again, I'm saying this from personal experience and personal history. You have a goal in mind. This is what I want to achieve and to accomplish. They have given up on their goal. You started together thinking that your boats were rowing the same way at the same time. And now their boat is starting to veer off. And they're going, hey, this is easier to accomplish, or let's move over here. Okay? Remember, you didn't start together. In most cases, you started off on your own and other people kind of joined in, and then you kind of became friends along the way. And then they go, hey, but this is over here and this is easier. And they're going to try to draw you to go with them. Again, it happened with my friends quite a bit. I had a goal in mind of what I wanted to accomplish. And when I would say, hey, I'm going to the gym to go work out tonight. And they would go, why don't you come do this instead? So unfortunately at that point, again, quitters never quit alone. They're not strong enough. They will always have to try to pull other people with them because they gave up. They feel like everybody else has to give up because it validates their choice and their decision. Okay? I moved forward on my goals, not because I needed that validation. I moved forward on my goals because this is what I want to accomplish. That's why I set out on those goals in the first place. And then other people potentially saw value and we start moving together. But then now all of a sudden it becomes groupthink. Oh, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go off. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to go off onto this new thing. Imagine if every time we just, Melissa and I start up into a relationship, ooh, honeymoon phase is over. And now you're checking out other women. Okay? This is what the honeymoon phase is about. Keep your eye on your prize. Keep your eye on the ball as to what you want to accomplish. There's going to be a lot of distractions trying to take you away from that goal. Most of the time, people don't have, and again, I've used this analogy before, most people don't have money problems, they have spending problems. Okay? It's not about how much money they have. It's not about you are capable. That's one of the difference between me and a bunch of other people. I'm telling you, you are capable. You can do it. F your excuses. You can find a way if you really want to. And that's where we're at right now. Honeymoon phase is coming to an end.
It's getting hard.
It's getting hard.
It's getting hard.
Right now, there's a couple carbs that have been looking at me. I miss some Chinese food. But I have my goals. Melissa has her goals.
Yes.
And so ultimately speaking, as the honeymoon comes to an end and the easy fruit is disappearing, and now the real work begins. But this is where the real success begins.
Yes.
This is where real value starts to show itself, because we're about to do the work that most people won't. And we're about to go down a pathway that most people, although they are all capable, they are not capable.
So homework, guys. 1, do the journaling exercise that I talked about. 2, evaluate the people that are around you. And unfortunately, start eliminating spending time with those that are
they participants?
Counter to your goals.
Or are they spectators?
Yeah. 2, just reestablish those goals again. Write them down again. Revisit them again. And try to regain some excitement, because it gets hard. This is the hard month.
But again, this is where the real value begins to show itself. We're coming up on how many years of marriage?
30.
30 years.
30, bitches.
30 years. Imagine if we acted like a bunch of other people, that the moment the relationship got beyond the honeymoon phase. Imagine. I can't.
We wouldn't be here.
I mean,
shit gets hard.
Shit gets hard.
Shit gets hard.
But also at the same time, it's also pretty amazing.
It is.
But it's only amazing. Did you just curse?
I did, I'm sorry.
I held it.
I know, you were so good.
I know.
You figure out a bleep button.
But I mean, when people say, wow, it's amazing. How did you guys make 30 years?
Hard work.
Because we ain't bitches.
We ain't bitches.
Just putting it out there.
Hard work and goals and having the right mindset and wanting the relationship, wanting this.
Quitters never quit alone.
Nope.
I ain't no quitter.
I ain't no quitter.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace. Thank you. Revisit those goals. Dave's watching.